Hey everybody, Tony Johnson here, your customer experience leader. Happy Tuesday and welcome to Live at 5:30. So as you know, folks, we are absolutely right smack dab in the middle of the Great Service Comeback. And so today I want to talk about taking care of your team. I want to talk about team engagement because I will tell you, as time goes on, if you have already been open, if you have been doing more with less, if you've been trying to find your way through all of this social distancing and some of the state shutdowns, and you've still kept your team engaged, good for you, congratulations. I am so happy that you were able to make that happen, that you were able to keep your team working. Now, that said though, chances are you put them through the ringer. Chances are this was a very challenging situation. If you work in healthcare, if you work in home improvement, if you've worked in restaurants, chances are you have been trying to keep your customers served and your teams engaged and everybody safe for about 6 weeks now. And that has taken its toll, I am sure. You have cashiers who have gone from just ringing people up and being nice to being forced to think about how to keep people 6 feet apart, to think about how to keep things sanitized and clean and to work through a mask and a face shield and all of these barriers that are up there. You've asked, frontline associates who maybe stock or things like that, they're also in charge of sanitizing carts and keeping everything clean. And probably they have dishpan hands from having washed their hands, 100 times a day. We have asked a lot of them. So that said, let's talk about team engagement, because this is something that will help keep them, serving well. It will help keep them wanting to do the right thing with safety. It will also make them more engaged overall, which will keep your safety scores top notch. So if you do engagement surveying, if you do engagement polls, you may even have a pulse or something coming up very soon. Here are some tips that you can really make sure will really help you keep them engaged and keep your scores high, which really that's not a high score, never served anybody or led a team member, but those scores are indicative of will your team stick around with you, especially when other jobs come open. Because remember, last time I checked, about 70% or so of people who quit a job or make a change are doing so because of their direct supervisor, not necessarily the job. So you got to be a great leader if you want to keep a great team. So when we think about this whole idea of recognition and respect, if you can do some things financially, that's a fantastic way to go. If you can offer that hazard pay, if you can offer a little bit of an incremental increase, if you can offer a bonus for doing the great work, good for you. I think that's fantastic. But I know a lot of you don't have those budgets. I know a lot of you are working day by day just to keep the doors open. I know there are a lot of you struggling out there. So let's talk about the stuff that's free, because remember, a thank you never cost anybody anything. And the most powerful recognition you can give is in the moment, timely, specific recognition. So first and foremost, it's got to be immediate because people will connect the recognition with the event. So you want that to be sticky. So please recognize immediately. Number two, remember, it doesn't have to be big, huge moments. If someone did a great job at their daily task, if they have been on time throughout this whole ordeal, if they have done a great job of taking care of people or following the rules, thank them for it. And then the other piece is thank specifically. I used to have a boss, and he would always have a call with me on a Wednesday afternoon. And at the end of the call, he would always say, Tony, thanks for all you're doing. And I would always say, Brian, what is it you think I'm doing? Because that whole thanks for all you're doing stuff, keep it in your pocket. Don't even bother. It is not even worth the time it takes you to say the words, because people want specific pieces. And it's fine to say, thank you so much for taking great care of that last customer. Or I see how you did a great job sanitizing that area. Keep it up and thank you. You can also go old school. You can write out a handwritten thank you note, put it in the mail, and mail it to their house. I still have a couple sitting around my office that I've gotten over the years, and people say snail mail is dead. I don't buy it. I think you can absolutely get a lot of mileage out of these cards that you write a little message, you send it to their house, they get to open up in front of their family, and then their families also sort of share and bask in that glow, and they realize that all the sacrifice, all the hard work is appreciated, because no one ever does a great job on their own. They have a fantastic team, and in my case, a fantastic family who's supported me for all these years. Nothing happens all by yourself very often. So again, that's a great chance for everybody to kind of enjoy some recognition. The other things you can do are real simple things. So we've talked about some of the free stuff, the recognition and thank yous. We've talked about the paid stuff, the budget, that you'll need to give people raises and bonuses. But the other stuff you can do, some of it can be deferred. For example, can you offer a little bit of extra vacation? Can you throw a pizza party? Does your team love ice cream and you get together and throw them an ice cream social with all the leaders out there scooping the ice cream and serving and thanking them? Those are all potential places where you could really wow your team and drive the most amazing, really respect, recognition, and engagement. Because remember, the name of the game is you want your team engaged so that they do the right thing when nobody's looking. That's the most important thing. And then I will tell you the last thing that I will mention is that we are going to be in a war for talent like we have never seen before coming out of this whole thing. It's going to be a race for the best people, a race for sales growth, a race for every dollar as businesses try to do the best job they can to stay in the game, to stay afloat, to grow their organization. If you want to do that, you have got to get right in there and take the best care of your team. Because when you take great care of your team, they're going to take great care of customers, and everybody gets to win. It's a great place to be. So remember, all of this information I'm sharing with you, I will tell you, is solid gold. Run with it. Don't walk, run to go take care of this. But also remember, if this is too much, if you are struggling, if you need a hand, you can check out my website, igniteyourservice.com/comeback. I have a checklist there. I have the Great Service Comeback Framework that will help you think about how you want to do this. Tons of free resources. But also, if you find that you need more help, reach out to me direct. Email me, Tony@igniteyourservice.com, or drop me a note on any social media channel. I am everywhere, and I will help you take the next step. I am here to help. I have been there. I have opened businesses after 9/11. I have reopened businesses post the 2008 crash. I have been through it all before, and I want to share everything I have with you. So let's work together. If you need an extra hand, drop me a line. I am here for you. So again, I will be here again for you again tomorrow. Not to plug myself, but 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Great Service Comeback, 5:30. I hope to see you tomorrow. Please stay safe. Take great care of your teams, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.